So I have Patrick Foreman, and he is now a camera person. He's, you know, an ex-Harlem 411 board person. And he's from Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and he has a whole team of people in here with him. They have the cameras in here today. Hi, Patrick.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yeah, welcome back to Harlem 411.
Yes, it feels good to be back.
How does it feel to be on the other end and not over here like playing music that might have profanity or messing up or making crazy faces?
It feels weird. Like, it feels good, and at the same time, I guess it feels weird. It's like my first time actually being behind the mic since I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
You know, instead of being forced to do an interview, now actually doing it myself.
Yeah.
And actually booking it and co-producing it, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, it feels weird. Like, I'm not in any sense nervous.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, I don't know.
But what makes him so special is that he's a really young person. And I don't know if you want to say your age.
Oh, 22.
22, and like I said, he was the person that taught me how to do the boards when he was about 17 or 18 years old. And then, younger than that. And now they're working in media. Watch out, Haja. They're working in media, and they're doing the cameras. They're doing editing. You know, they're training other people, and we wanted to have them come on because this is what it's all about. It's, you know, it's great when we can sit around and talk about, okay, well, this is happening, or, you know, we need to, you know, talk about Trayvon or all of the things that are happening. But when the youth are actually making the moves and the youth are standing in the studio with the cameras and, you know, doing all these things, then that's really when we actually see our work. We actually see things manifested, and that's really what it's about. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about what you do at Manhattan Neighborhood Network.
Well, again, my name is Patrick Foreman, 22 years old, Harlemite. Basically, at the youth channel, I've been, again, the youth channel is a division of Manhattan Neighborhood Network, which is a public access station,
mm-hmm.
Film studio,
right,
more or less. And, you know, Manhattan has been around since the 80s, and the youth channel, the youth channel started around the year 2000. Pretty much our goal more or less is to have more youth involved, primarily ages 14 to 25, college age, to pretty much have a hands-on, full in-depth hands-on feel, a hands-on experience on just, you know, to be behind the scenes, and also a producer of the media, of what they see, of what they feel, what they know, what they
mm-hmm.
like, you know, rather than to be just a consumer. You know, our goal is to really educate the youth on a wide range on media.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I started as a YMIC participant, which stands for Youth Media Impacting Communities. YMIC.
Wait, Youth Media Impacting Communities.
Yes, YMIC.
So that's where you started. I want to take a second and kind of break into that. Youth Media, what is that? Youth Media, were you guys doing were you getting the footage, or was it about the media, the footage that you were getting was about the youth? How was that working? Were you out in the community talking to youth? What were you doing?
Right. Pretty much with youth media, again, you know, from my personal experience, as far as being involved with this, it was us more or less being out on the field. It was more or less out from them giving us a basic walkthrough on filming, to us actually going out there and interviewing strangers.
Did that?
Random strangers. Me personally, I'll take it back myself. Again, started at White Mike, met Derek Dawkins, who was a great mentor. He was around for quite a while, and great mentor. And he pretty much taught me just basic fundamentals on camera work. About 2-3 weeks later into the program, I just ran out. Listen, he said, "Hey guys, we're gonna go outside and you're gonna interview some people on the street."
So you were just walking up to people and randomly?
Just randomly, everything. From Mike, he basically taught us basic mic etiquette and basic questions, and we just started going out filming. And then not even just the filming part that was kind of just got me on edge, like in a good way, but it was the editing part that I've never.
Now that's crazy because you're talking about these things that a lot of people don't even have exposure to. So, you're talking about the mic and the filming, and that is like so regular. That sounds like that's like something that you talk about a lot. But for a lot of young people and for a lot of adults, that's not something that they get a chance to do on a regular basis. You don't even have access to that type of equipment. And then the editing, tell us a little bit about that, because when you learn how to edit, then all of a sudden now you create what people see. Because tell us what editing is, because when you watch commercials, it's all edited. Like somebody could make something look a certain way just because of the editor. So tell us about the control that the editor has.
Right, that control the editor has is pretty powerful in a sense. That editor, in my eyes, that editor just pretty much calls the shots almost. And the reason why I say that is because you can take a story, or whether it be news or whether it be a music video, you can take that and you can twist it in a completely different way.
Wait. Now see, here comes Haja. You need to put your mic on in there. Haja gonna get in here and turn this into.
No.
60 minutes.
Just to take, for example, what we've been hearing about Trayvon Martin case, right? First, they said he smoked marijuana or something in school, and he was expelled, for this and for that. And then they even call Zimmerman what do they call him? A watch officer, and giving his credibility.
What that shows is the power of the editor. So how powerful that you're now a watch officer?
Watch officer, yeah. In other words, they gave him credibility, In other words, this is just a hoodlum or whatever, black kid looking for trouble and stuff, who was confronted by the watch officer.
Right.
And they put that spin on it. So you have to be careful even what you're listening to or what you're seeing, and so that's a powerful piece, that editing piece that you're talking about, because you get an opportunity to shape the story.
To turn it into what you want it to be. So that's why
how you want it presented.
Patrick is giving us his resume, right?
Exactly.
But we kind of breaking him down. See,
that's a good thing.
No, but you know what? It's powerful. That editing is that's everything. That's all of the stuff that you can take out what I said. So now you're doing that. You have the editing, and I just want to make a note. Ricky Young from What's in Your Hand, he just texted in. He said you also taught him.
Yeah.
So I mean,
and he taught me too.
There you go. So this is no. I just want everybody to know who you're listening to right now. So go ahead, keep going.
So like I said, the editing piece, it real quickly, I guess you could say, and this is not tooting any horn, it's not bragging rights, but you know how that people say people are born with the gift?
You born with it?
I think so. I'm not.
Wait,
this is not.
Wait,
tooting
can we
horns.
have a moment of silence? He's born with the gift.
Born with the gift.
I'm not tooting any horns. It's just that.
Wait, but why are you born with the gift? Tell us about that, because we need to call the blue pill now, because he's saying he born with the gift. Now you're getting into the metaphysical. Now tell us about the gift that you were born with.
Well, again, it started here. Yes, it started here at the radio station. Pretty much audio engineer.
Right.
Who exposed you?
Wali Abdul Noor, brother Wali. Yes, hats off to him. He pretty much got me on board the same way he also taught Scott Master Fahim everything he knows just about on electronics. So, you know, I got to start off with him. You know, more or less of that. He put me onto this, of course, with family. I'm not going to leave anybody out. You know, I mean, I give, you know, shout out to moms and everything. She put me on too. But Wali took me to the next level, though. Mom said, come here. Wali said, no, let's go here. Let's go there. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know? So, again, so it started here, you know.
So now the gift that you're talking about, what is it? Because I'm big shout outs to everybody that you just mentioned, but I want to get to that gift. What is that gift that you have? Is it when you're editing, like you get zoned out, and then all of a sudden it's just like, wait, hold on, this is what you be like?
Yeah, no, yeah, all right, that's in my head now. No, like. Basically, no, you're right. Because, all right, long story short, I was 17 when I first started Youth Channel, when we first had to edit a small piece. And Derek was showing us, you know, he was showing us how Final Cut Pro, which is the editing system that basically is a basic, or it's a standard editing program that a lot of you know, the filmmakers use. Basically, it's basic. So it's standard practice right here. So he showed us Final Cut Pro, and everybody was standing around looking at it like, "What is this? I don't get it." You know, he showed us how to put the audio, the visual, and the audio together. You know, he showed us
the visual and the audio,
right? To just at least start a piece. You know,
right? Okay, okay.
Right. He showed us the what's it called? The canvas. Okay. Right. He just showed us He just showed us a basic outlook of it, and everybody was scratching their heads. Don't get it. You know, they all do calculus, but they can't understand this. So I looked at it and said, okay, and just did that. Click this, click that, and boom. That's when it started. Right. The editing piece, I just said, oh, is this how you do it? Yeah. And that was it. Like it just started coming onto me. It started. Yeah. It didn't. You know, I mean, down the road it became a challenge, but I mean, after the editing, after that little simple piece, I started watching non-stop documentaries, non-stop MTV, non-stop BET, non-stop ways of people.
Now I want to cut you off for a second. You was watching non-stop BET, non-stop, you heard him MTV. Now, I want to get into, we're going to switch this for a second. What do you see when you're watching those shows? Because now that is a whole different type of media, and they are feeding all type of subliminal crazy messages to the youth. And so someone who is like yourself, who's really in tune and really sensitive, because when you have this role, now you're sensitive. Like you're saying, you're watching it. So you probably can now see when the camera switches, when it's switching. Yeah. You can also, so what do you have to say to all of like the misogyny or all of the negative things that you're seeing? What happens now? Tell us a little bit about what you see, what you notice.
I see a lot of smoke and mirrors now. As opposed to back then, you know, I was educated. I guess you could say this place was almost like what The Matrix was the movie The Matrix to me. How these people taught me, the Julian, everybody at the whole Eminem, Diane, everybody, the whole gang. It was almost like that. They took me to the ropes. They showed me, you know, what it looks like behind the curtains, like behind the cameras. They showed me what really goes down.
So you saw the wizard. You saw what he really looked like.
Yeah. So, like I said, I kid you, by the age of maybe 16, 17, it wasn't so fluff. It wasn't like, oh, how does this happen? And, you know, like a rap video, I don't know, any rap video you can name off the bat, a simple one, like, I don't know, like Nas or some 90s rap video, I used to think, yo, how do they do that? All you do is take a camera and a boombox, you know that they're on sync, and you just, you know, do a little shot here, stop recording, make them stand there, start recording, do this, start recording, call our friends, get the whole, you know, do this, do that. You know, it's so simple. I used to think it was so complex when I was young. And I'm doing it myself and saying, what? This is it? And these people make millions?
Well, actually, what was our last guest said that I like money, so listen, when you start making the millions, you better start paying back.
Don't forget your friends.
Don't forget your friends. I'll pull on one.
What friends?
Oh, no. But wait, let's go a little further. Now, so you know how to do that. You know what you're seeing when you see the technical aspect, but what are you seeing when you see the images that they're portraying and the people, the way they portray this for our youth? So you see these videos, or they listen to this music, or they see this and they see things cut, and they see a certain type of man doing a certain type of things, and it's like fed to you over and over and over again. What are your thoughts on that?
Watching this stuff now, watching the stuff I used to grow up with now, that kind of makes some of us dumb, deaf, and blind. Meaning, you know, all this, like, oh, you're right. You said with the image of a man doing this. I think this stuff is being programmed. Like nobody, like at MTV, for an example, most people I heard work there are not happy there. Mm-hmm. So meaning like you're being told what to do. You're being forced like a machine or programmed like a computer. Like you have to shoot this. Jersey Shore, for example. I would never want to shoot something like that. I wouldn't want that on my resume. I'm not going to sit here and be a part, even though I'm just a cameraman, whatever the case may be, director, whatever. I don't want to be a part of something stereotypical. I don't want to be a part of something negative, something foolish, something trash.
Mob wives.
I don't want to be a part of that. No. Oh, millions of dollars. No. What is that? No. So me personally doing this, doing something like this feels more better than me because I'm actually giving out. I'm personally the producer right now.
This is, you know, it's where your head is at. You know, I know some people, you know, my age and younger, who don't have their heads on in terms of, you know, if the money comes along, that's what they're going for.
Right.
You know, and what you're saying is to have more of a, what do you say? Have more control. Also to have a certain, I can't think of the word, but anyway, to have to be able to approach it, to be comfortable with yourself, to know that you are doing what you want to do.
Yes.
Now, Greg Mills was here, and he was talking about, you know, he does the Museum of African American Cinema up at the State Office building, and he was talking about people like Oscar Michelle, who was an old film director and stuff like that, black film director. Do you look at any of that stuff? Does any of that stuff motivate you? Have you looked at old films and stuff like that? And, you know,
yes.
Any of that? I'm
gonna be honest, Taj. Like I've actually watched some documentaries, like with Van Peebles.
Van Peebles.
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen stuff. And
the son or the father?
The father.
The father.
The father.
Okay.
Right. The father. And how,
see, he on it. He ain't no joke.
How blacks were, specifically people of color, but and specifically blacks were portrayed in media, in movies. You know, the cowards, the wimps, the joke, the clown,
the tap dancers,
the entertainers.
Yeah.
Right. And I look at it now, almost 100 some odd years later, it's the same thing.
Explain that. Explain what you're talking about, so that the audience gets that what you're saying.
You know, for example, there's a lot of like back in I forgot her name. She won an Oscar for playing a mammy almost.
It's for Butterfly McQueen and Gone with the Wind.
Yes, I'm sorry. Look at me. I can't even think. But okay, right. So that was almost 50, 60, almost 100 years ago, almost, or whatever the case may be. And it's the same thing. You still have that image of a tough, militant black woman. Where you know, and Medea, here it is again, you know. And I'm not going to get too much in that because I know 50-50 on that. But it's just that same role. We still see these same images from almost 100 years ago. It's still here, blatant. It's just blatant. Now it's blatant.
And in many cases, the role for black actors is still pretty much the buffoon or the pimp or the
drug dealer, rapper, funny guy,
something derogatory.
Right. You know, it's like I'll be honest. Like, well, rare actors like Denzel and perhaps Tyrese. You know, like in Transformers, like you get those kind of roles, like those kind of rare. You know, but they're not offensive. But it's just maybe I don't know, like. You know, I would, me personally, I'm glad to see more of a serious actor.
What do you think about Spike?
Spike, in my opinion, I really think he's a great director. He's he's really, honestly, I'll be honest. I'm not just saying this to say just because of him, but no, Malcolm X was by far one of my favorite movies from him. I know there's many more I need to see, you know, but with Spike, I like him on the sense of the knowledge he's trying to actually put out. I'll be honest with him with that, because I understand with him, his feud with him and Tyler Perry. You know, it's almost like your family members, almost. You know, so it's heads and tails with them. But I like Spike Lee on his really pro blackness. I'm gonna be honest. Like he's very straight to the point. Look.
Do you think that there's a story? I'm sorry, because
no, go ahead. Yeah, you got me back that fast, Hodges. You don't even wait.
There are. Okay, so what was I going to say? The stories that we have to tell. There are so many stories that we have to tell. Do you see that? There are so many stories that are untold. I was just thinking about something, or like I can't remember exactly what it was, but there's so many stories untold about things like, for example, there was a rebellion in Louisiana in the 1800s that most people hardly even know about, but there was a rebellion where these black slaves and freedmen got together and they marched on I forget which, it might have been Baton Rouge but anyway, or New Orleans, and they marched on and stuff. But there are so many stories, and stories like I just saw the movie not too long ago, Red Tails. About
I didn't see that.
And so there are so much stories.
Thousands.
So that not only can you tell stories from now, but you could tell stories from then. Even though telling period stories might cost you, a little bit more because you have to have period stuff. Your comments.
My comments on that, like for example, like you said, there's so many untold stories. Juneteenth is one almost. From what I was told, here we are. 4th of July, get drunk, act stupid, hey, wear the T-shirt, have a good time. Come to find out, that's not our Independence Day. That's not ours. We're not supposed to be doing that. We're not, but it's just that's not us.
That's not our day. Yeah.
I just now find out. Hey, I am 22 years old. I'm just finding this out. And actually, Juneteenth. Story with Juneteenth again in 1867, 1868. 1865. Slavery was abolished, but 2 years, Texas kept their slaves about 2-3 years longer, and that was around June. But nobody knows the exact date, so they just say Juneteenth. There was a teen day, one of the 13th, 14th, one of those days, and that's what was actually officially the quote emancipation. That was really when it went down. But a lot of us don't know about that, so we're actually running. Like some of us are, not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying that at this age now, I'm just looking at this holiday 4th of July, like I can't look at the same anymore. Really, I still enjoy it, but
you really, I want to let you know that you really have a jump. You have I'm not saying this to stroke you or whatever, but you really have a jump on a lot of people because you're grounded in what you do. What you're doing is something you would do, that you just love doing. The money not included. That's perk rather, but you would do it anyway. And so at 22 years old, you are more grounded than some people who are working in the office and stuff like that and doing the thing down at Wall Street who are in their 30s and 40s. And I want you to say that that's an important piece to know where you are and where you're going, and to take that and like you brought these brothers in here, great thing.
Yes.
Because I'm not trying to take over your.
Yeah, you just took over everything. I just moved out the way because I just felt bad. I'm getting text messages. Someone says that your gift is that you're creative, focused, you have retention, you seem like you know what you want, and you listen to wisdom. Someone else said that what's happening with what you said was a lot of talent is being exploited at those companies like VH1 and all this stuff because the people are talented, but they're just doing it for the money.
Yeah, that's not my. Honestly, I'm being real though. Seriously, to my extent, okay, money's something in your pocket. You get what you need, get what you want. Okay, whatever. But I don't think that equals happiness.
Well, you know what? Our last guest said that I love money, so yeah, it's true. But I agree, it's not everything. And then he also said that we need to be able, for young people, to start your business, like to start working for yourself. And it sounds like what you have in here, you guys, you guys are trying to do your own thing. Andrew, you can just, say something into the mic if you want to. Andrew's holding the camera and...
Yeah, hey, how you doing out there? I'm Andrew Leon. How's everyone doing out there? Do you have any questions for me? Or?
I just wanted to make sure you got a moment to say something because...
How old are you?
I'm 21.
What does this mean to you, what you're doing right now?
Well, media means a lot to me.
I'll take it.
The whole concept behind media, I kind of started around the same age as Patrick. I actually grew up in this neighborhood, in the General Grant housing projects. So media means a lot to me. I mean, I got involved with media at the age of 12. Manhattan Neighborhood Network, I was working there, and I think it gave me a lot of opportunities. It was an alternative for me to not get into trouble or to do other things. I mean, I wasn't really that talented in playing sports like basketball or football, so I guess this is kind of like my own personal thing that I like doing, a hobby, something
Gave
I like
you
to
an
do.
option.
Exactly. A different alternative.
I just want to let everyone know that they are listening to
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
Okay, and on these type of stations, you get in touch with the youth who are getting these options. And is there anything that you want to say in closing? We're actually getting ready to wrap up, but is there something you wanted to say about?
Well, I just want people to just be mindful, just what you were discussing. Just be mindful of what you're watching and why you're watching it and why are we being portrayed in these certain stereotypes. To just be aware.
Right.
Like, mostly be aware of what you're watching. Analyze things, question things. I think the best way to be a philosopher, be an individual that questions things. Don't always accept things, because not everything that you accept is actually true. That's kind of what I want to leave.
That's what Haja said, smoke and mirrors. Patrick, we are closing. Patrick is holding the camera in his hand and doing the interview. These guys are phenomenal, Andrew. And I also want to give another shout out to the other brother who's doing the overview. What's your name, brother?
My name is Julian Hopewell.
Say that one more time.
My name is Julian Hopewell.
Julian Hopewell. And is there anything? How old are you?
I'm actually just 20.
Wow. Is there anything you want to say to the listening audience, or anything that?
I just want to say that I've known Patrick for a long time, and it's just that this just shows me that I have to start talking to him more, because with us, we've been friends for a long time, but I've never seen this side of him. I've never seen the professional side of him, and I gotta say, I'm truly inspired. I'm gonna start getting more into this myself.
This is great, and it's inspiring, and
He's
like
got a radio voice.
Yeah, he does. Haja, he gonna take your spot.
Hey.
Oh man. Well, I just want to thank you all of you for coming in. And Patrick, is there anything you want to share with us in closing, or any information you want to give out? Or
yes, definitely. Well, right now we unofficially we moved to the Firehouse. We have a new location. We're on 104th and 3rd Avenue, 175, 104th and 3rd Avenue. To get in contact with us, well, I'll give my email. My email is Foreman, that's FORMAN .PATRICK@gmail.com. You can definitely email me. You can also visit the website, MNNYouthChannel.org. We also have a YouTube channel. That's you can put YouTube MNN Youth Channel. That's MNN.
That's Manhattan M,
yes.
Neighborhood N,
yes,
Network N.
Yes, Youth Channel on YouTube, or you can just put or on the search engine MNN.
Right, and if there's someone who wants their children or grandchildren to get involved in this, they can go to that website.
Yes,
Manhattan Neighborhood Network.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you so much for all of you for being here, and Patrick coming in and blessing us with your seniority.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Definitely. Haja, we're gonna take a break. Can you say that thing that you always say, your favorite thing, which is like, don't go nowhere, come
stay right there.
Wait, I'm not ready yet. Okay, now you can do it.
Stay right there, don't go nowhere.
You heard it first.